Hey everybody, my name is Kevin Jones. I'm the founder of OneClaw, and today I'm going to give you a demo of how it works. OneClaw is three things. It's a hardware security module for secrets that allows you to give your AI agent access to passwords, API keys, private keys, SSH keys, really anything secret, and store it in a very secure way inside of Google Cloud. It's also infrastructure that is on confidential compute, which allows you to give access to those secrets inside of a trusted execution environment. And it's also the ability to inspect the LLM traffic for any attacks, right? So let's say you want to make sure there's no prompt injection, code execution, file system access, social engineering, all of these like popular attacks you're seeing on LLM. We're able to block those because it is a reverse proxy and a gateway. So we also have the ability to give an agent access to transact and send money to each other, and also have an identity and communicate encrypted between the two agents. So lots of cool features, and it's all running in Google Cloud's infrastructure. Okay, so let's get started. So you go to oneclaw.xyz or oneclaw.dev, and you can go to login. Once you log in with either Google or create an account, you can either create one with a passkey or just email and password. We're going to be able to log in here and we'll see our dashboard. Okay, so you can see I had some previous agents, but I've deleted them. But we have this wizard on the Get Started section that lets us set up a vault, which is a hardware security backed vault, and create an agent and then connect those two with a special policy, right? And so we're going to do that by just starting the vault setup. We'll say my example vault. I store secrets here. And you can choose what kind of a vault. We're going to do a standard HSM, but if you have a certain tier, you can do multi-party computation where we split the key up. But we're just going to do standard hardware security module. We also support client custody or customer managed encryption keys as well. Then we're going to store a secret. So my secret, we're going to put it in passwords and call it secret. And we'll do password. And we'll put a password here and we'll store it. Now this gets stored in the hardware security module. Now we need to give an agent access to this secret, my AI agent, a coding agent. We're going to enable the shroud to make sure we inspect all the LLM traffic for it. And we're also going to enable the ability for it to do transactions in the Intents API inside of confidential compute. Then we're going to give access to that agent. So we get back an agent ID and its API key. We'll just save the key and we'll give access to this vault to our agent, only read access. Now we're going to get instructions on how we can test. We can either use the CLI, the TypeScript SDK, the Python SDK, curl, or the self-enroll, which is like if you have Hermes or OpenClaw or some other AI editor that wants to do self-enrollment. So we're going to use the CLI. It's easiest to test. We just need to install the most recent version of the CLI. So we'll come over here and just make sure that is the case. And it looks good. And now we have two options, well, three options. We can install using and create an agent with an OpenAI key. Or any model. We just have the template there that shows that OpenAI. Or we can use OneClaw's billing because OneClaw is also an LLM provider. So you just have to have one API key for your agent, and we do the billing internally. Or you can use Anthropic as a provider. We're just going to use the OneClaw init command with the LLM token billing that we have, and we're going to run that. So this is going to spin up an agent with our API key. It's going to create a local vault on our local machine that encrypts that agent key. And it's going to spin up the agent. And so now we can just kind of, let me move this over here. We can say reply with OK. And there we go, it works. What is pi to the 10th decimal point? Okay, so it's working. We instantly have an agent. We come back to our agent over here. We can look at agents, my agent, and we can fine tune its configuration, see its identity. We can scope the TTL to a shorter lifespan on the JSON Web Token that's given. We can tune the LLM security module, the Shroud LLM module. We can put some transaction guardrails in place to only allow it to send a certain amount of value in a transaction. We can create a signing key for a blockchain and also add some things like EIP 191 or raw digest signing. And we can also allow this for EIP 712. We can do banker management of API keys. We can enable OIDC federation with the Anthropic WIF, which is for key exchange, OIDC JSON Web Token key exchange. We can grab access to additional vaults if we need. We can rotate the agent's API key or delete it completely. And we have all the integrations that we work with here. So Cursor, how would you hook up this agent to Cursor, to Claude Code, to Codex, OpenClaude, OpenClaw, LangChain, Crew AI, Google ADK, Hermes, and the Shroud LLM proxy. So, and we have an API reference for TypeScript, Python, and curl, or if you just want to use it as MCP. And then come down here, we can see if it made any crypto transactions, and we can also see if it's done any recent identity. Then we have a lot of other stuff over here that we can check, like platform activity, like what has been going on, what has the agent done. So over here we can see some OpenAI traffic that has been made. And we can also see if there were any threats made, right? Or if there was any real-time inspections going on. And if so, like were they blocked, right? Was there anything that was malicious in here? And we could expand it and kind of see the details and why it was blocked. So really nice way to see like exactly what your AI agent's doing. We also have a risk engine. If your agent suddenly connects from another country, its JSON Web Token will be invalidated. We also support honey tokens. So if for some reason that the client gets hijacked locally and it tries to access a honey token inside of the actual instance, it will also deactivate the JSON Web Token. So there's a lot of interesting ways to protect the AI agent from getting hacked. So yeah, everything's running here. We're good to go. And yeah, I hope that was an interesting demo. And please let me know if you have any questions. You can always email me, kevin@oneclaw.xyz. You can also go to oneclaw.xyz and there's a schedule a call link at the very top right-hand corner, and you'll get my calendar, and I would love to chat with you. So thank you so much.